I still can't believe that I remembered to put my little gloves on. Usually I don't use gloves when I do super glue. I'm glad I did. Okay, now I've got a little bit of excess on the edge. You want to kind of clean that off so that your tip doesn't build up. And I'm going to kind of do this and try to get the glue down from the tip on back down into the bottle. Okay. And I actually see right down in there that the hole is clear. And you could take a pin or something and put down in there right now, or a needle, and clean that hole up now and then put the cap on. But it still looks like I got a hole there. But like I say, a really super tiny drill bit next time on your glue, and just drill a little hole through there if you see something like that. Because a needle, if you poke a needle down there or a pin later, maybe it doesn't get all the way through there. And that's, you know, the shaft is really long here. It still has kind of a sharp tip on there. And so this type of applicator, I'm going to really actually end up saving a lot of money, because I've got so much more glue in there I can use for all kinds of projects. You buy something about this size and you'll be able to use all of this. Trust me. You'll use it all on all kinds of different products, instead of buying those little small little containers that you use it once and you're going to have to throw it away, because next time the tip is clogged up, and what do you have to do? You try to squeeze and the container breaks and the cap area breaks or something like that. Okay? There's a tip for you. Now here's a tip. Yes, we're going to talk about another tip for you. You know, when you glue something together, if you've got a stain you're trying to match, or if this is dark, you can use a black felt tip pin over this after it dries, or they even have brown felt tip pins nowadays. Did you know that? If you don't have that, you could try English oil or some stain, anything like that. Be creative and blend it in if you're looking to try to cover something and kind of make it a little bit better. This here looks a little light. I'm gonna let that dry, and if I need to, this has enough little dark spots on it. I could take a black felt tip pin and just kind of dab on there and then wipe it off and kind of mimic it with the little dark impressions in there. And I think that's what I'm going to do, because I don't have any stain, I don't have any Old English with me, I don't have dark brown felt tip pin. But that's something else you can do. Look at your existing conditions. Now see, on this table there's some black in it, there's some, you know, just different dark areas, and see all the dark, how the stain picks up in the grooves and stuff on the chair. So that's why you can get by with black felt tip pen. Just dab it on there a little bit, or one of the other ideas that I just gave you. You can do it. I know you can. Well, it's only been a few minutes, but this chair, doesn't that look good? I've got that back on there. Now, you're probably not going to want to sit on that chair for a while. Leave it for a few days. Let that stuff cure. You want to cure that before sitting in there, because you don't want one of those to pop out. Now, if one pops out when you sit on it, you're going to have to glue it again, and be careful with it. Maybe put that chair off to the side so you don't use it for even a week if you have to. And then after you get it together, if you think there's some other little voids or excess areas that you think you need to kind of dab a little bit more on, you can put a little bit more gel on the outside and kind of push it into the nooks and crannies along with your little rubber gloves. Oh yeah, I'm glad I got these. Hey, once you use these with super glue, don't think you're going to save them, because look what happens. Once it dries, the tips just rip out because it makes it all hard, and you're not going to use these gloves for anything again. See how easy it just goes to rip? Okay, but that's okay. They've done their trick. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.